Hey, what's going on, team? It's Johnny with Learn to Earn. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your morning. Today is December 1st, 2025, and it's 7:25 in the morning, my time. And we are live. So let's go ahead and start sharing my screen with you guys and share this link with the team. So here we go, and welcome, welcome. All right, so it looks like we have the NASDAQ slightly in the red today. It is about 1% in the red after a huge gap down overnight in the overnight hours. As you can see, Friday it popped up to 619.52 for the overall NASDAQ market and had a big gap down, significant from those highs. So it is down about 0.9%, roughly $5.50. Now, if you guys joined our Sunday stock talk last night, you would see that this was actually a support level that it had bounced up and was still maintaining above. But I didn't like that it was below this 200 EMA. So this is actually now acting as a resistance. So we are getting some resistance. As you can see previously, there has been resistance around 614 and even lows of $580. So a beautiful rally after a major gap down on 11/20, which was November 20th, sorry. But we're going to go ahead and delete this line as we have a good area of interest here below that moving average. We could see some more selling pressure today. So I'm excited to share that with you all here on the live stream. So hope you guys enjoy. Definitely consider subscribing to the channel. Well, you should already be subscribed. Consider smashing the like button for me. Whew, I'm all tongue twisted today. So all right, let us begin. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay, see me okay. And yeah, here we go. Weekly economic report. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up for you guys. Watch your eyes here. Here is our Discord. As you can see, we have close to 40 members online and close to 680 members in our Discord. So the first 1,000 people that join the Discord will get in for free. After that 1,000 people, we will start charging to have access to these live streams. We are providing a lot of content recently and throughout the last few years. We do live stream every day, and a lot of members are asking why I don't charge. So I think that's the plan moving forward. We're a month away from 2026 and only about 300 members away from that 1,000 members. Now remember, it is lifetime access. It's 100% free if you get in today, and I'll never charge you. But if you get in later, when you're that 1,001 member, 1,002 member, you may have to pay a price to get in. So nothing really substantial going on for the most anticipated earning releases today. Maybe tomorrow, potentially. You know, we have Marvel after close, Dollar Tree Macy on Wednesday, Salesforce, Snowflake on Wednesday. But nothing too crazy today, to be honest. So that is that. Join that Discord, join the conversation. We have a lot of great stuff in here, a lot of team members talking here. And then this is also where you can check out our past live streams for all of our new members here. You can see live streams going back, I mean, months, if not at least a couple of years. We have live streams that you can check out. Also, if you're really new and you're not sure about investing or even my style, check out this video here in the pinned messages. It is our final video in our Learn to Earn lesson library, showing me locking in over $200 live with the LTE team. So that would be a great video to see. All right, market is open. Let's see what happens here. Sound alert. And good morning, we are live. All right, looks like sound is selling off. And that would happen if the overall market begins to sell off. So let's see what happens here. Open, also touching our alert. LUNR also selling off. Down 5%. I mean, everything's red today, guys. So we should change our lights to red. Yeah, we got them red lights going on today. Market is red. Open down almost 5%. Lunar down 4.5%. Sound down 4.5%. SoFi down 2.8%. PayPal down 1.25%. Hood down 4.5% on Hood today. So we are seeing some reaction to the market selling off. Nvidia down 1.5%, getting rejected right off of this 200-day moving average, which is pretty substantial. And that could bring the market down even more. We'll see. Does the market sell off more, or does it begin to recover? Meta down 1%. Microsoft down 1%. So are we going to get a recovery, or is this going to sell off? I do believe it's going to sell off even more, which is unfortunate. But hey, the lower it goes, the cheaper everything will get. All right. Let's see what kind of trades we can get in today. And the holidays are over. Thanksgiving holiday is over. Everyone is back to work and back to school because it's Monday, December 1st. And then we have another holiday coming up, another break, I would imagine pretty soon. I believe break starts on the 22nd and goes all the way through until the 5th. So, pretty amazing. All right. Let's see how cold it is outside today. Let's see, it is 22 degrees today. It feels like 10. Holy moly, it is 22 degrees outside this morning. First day of December. Feels like 10 degrees. And it's only a high of 37 today, so rocking the beanie. And it is a cold one. All right, looks like QQQ is going to get rejected again off of that 614.79 level here. Strong rejection. Let's see what happens. I'm going to look at Bitcoin as well just to see where they are. Still holding within this range. Huge sell-off overnight. I did mention this in the Discord to all of our LTE members. It was kind of trailing around 90 to 91,000. Got as high as 91,800. And then a huge drop all the way down to 85. I mean, that is pretty significant, guys. This sell-off right here is significant. That's a 6.5% sell-off for Bitcoin. So I do have my alert set if it drops below 84,700, and if it goes above 87,000 even. MSTR is down 7%, guys. 7% overnight. Holy moly, from highs of 187 down to 163. This thing is just bleeding. Now, I do believe Michael Seller's average share price for Bitcoin is around 66,000. So, I mean, if Bitcoin gets to lows of 66,000, we could see even more selling pressure from Bitcoin. But, I mean, we're almost back to that 70,000 level. Almost broke 80,000. And that would be a first time since April 2025, so the beginning of this year, which is insane. Let's see here. QQQ beginning to recover. Let's see. We get a nice blast off, or we're going to get rejected off of this 200-day moving average on the 5-minute time frame. A lot of volume. MACD already curling over. RSI at those overbought levels again on the 5-minute. See, it looks like it is getting rejected here. Strong rejection from these levels. So let's see what happens here. Go, let's see. Looks like it is pushing. 615 could be a oh, looks like it's strong today. Now, what's a setup for us? We're looking for a setup here. Some days they're clear, and some days they're not so clear. Everything seems to be selling off pretty significantly. Forward up. That was beautiful. That was a nice move from 13.20 to 13.35. About a 15-cent move on Ford. Sound had a nice rebound all the way down to 11.44. SoFi pushing up, potential rebound back up to those 29.90 levels. But strong rejection when it hit 29.50 on SoFi. Intel below that moving average, so we can get a nice short position on this. PayPal trying to push up, but if the overall market is going to sell off, then everything will be selling off today. There is a 1 cent per share dividend from Nvidia. Ex-dividend date is on December 4th, so you need to own it at least by the 3rd and hold it through until the 4th that following day, and then of course you can sell it on the 4th if you want, but ex-dividend date for Nvidia dividend is 1 cent, and it'll be, or it's on December 4th, and they'll be paying 1 cent per share. So can Nvidia recover? Can it continue to push up and then push up the overall market? I'm excited to see. Do not want to get caught in a bad trade today. Yep, there we go. It looks like QQQ getting rejected off of that moving average and back below the moving average on the 1 minute. If you guys didn't watch our Sunday Stock Talk, definitely go back and watch that after our live stream today. I went over all of the watch list for the week. We have, what is it? I think it's like 20, it's around 20 companies or so. If we don't count VIX, SPY, and QQQ, it's around 20 companies that we went over on the Sunday Stock Talk. Definitely check that out. And here we go, a lot of selling pressure from QQQ. I'm not really big on shorting the market, but if we wanted to, we could get into SQQQ. They recently had a stock split. Friday it was as low as $68.30, pushed up to $70.77. So very nice. Buying on Friday. Even right now it's up 2.65%, but selling at that high, 3.5%. About $2 per share. On 100 shares, that'd be $200. Not too bad. If you believe the market can continue to sell off, then SQQQ could be the play today. But overall NASDAQ market still getting rejected. It's now below that moving average. As you can see here, when it's above the moving average and gets that confirmation of support from that moving average, it remains bullish. Even on Friday, it was choppy, but still above the moving average, pushing it higher. And then a huge gap down below this 200-day moving average, bringing the EMA 45-day moving average down with it. And now potentially QQQ can sell off even more. Now shorting isn't for beginners. I don't short. I always take long positions, at least for now. But it always makes sense to know when you're going to take profits, when you're going to cover those shares. So interesting to see. There we go. Let's see. Are we going to make a lower low today? 612.60. It's got to get below 612.60. And look at this. Huge red candles. And there it is. Making new lows on the day. Does it hold here? Or I guess 612.12 would be 612.11. If it gets below 612.11, we could see even more selling pressure. That's a nice rejection candle, and we called it this morning. It could get rejected, and it did. And there it goes. Selling off. Remember, 612.13 is our area. Potential support. Also, selling pressure. And there's going to be days like this as well where we just don't take a trade. We're patient. If I were to take any trade today, open, LUNR, sound, SoFi even, very choppy, and it could go against you very quickly if you're trying to go long against the market overall conditions. Nvidia is pushing up, so that is nice to see. Apple taking it down with it though. Apple and Nvidia now both have a $4 trillion market cap. Amazon's still at $2.5 trillion. Google is about to touch $4 trillion as well, so you have two $4 trillion companies selling off today and one that's recovering. Doesn't necessarily mean the market is going to push higher. Tesla with a little 1.4 trillion, also struggling today. Microsoft about to hit 4 trillion as well and selling off. And again, these are all inside the NASDAQ. There we go. Nice little recovery here. It's going to go back up to retest. Nice big green candle. Doing very well with the recovery though. NVIDIA up to 178. So it did hit our alert. And that would have been a nice trade right there. Support level 173, 174. Get that confirmation of that 200-day moving average. And now it's ripping up to 178. So very nice. We're going to put this to 179. We're going to bring this back to 177. But yeah, beautiful move by NVIDIA here. Let's see how quickly that shot back up from that support level. Got rejected at 615, sold all the way off to 612, pushed all the way back up in a matter of seconds. Like, this is not, if you could time it perfectly, it's great. But if you can't, then it can make things very complicated, right? To a full recovery, basically back to previous resistance level. So this was a great range, right? 615. And again, never be afraid to cash out on any trade, whether you're long or short. This range was great. It was well played. Buying support, selling resistance. You could have even bought support again and sold resistance again. So 2 trades. Not knowing that though, you wouldn't know, right? It's all about making sure you manage your position wisely. You're not buying the high and selling down here. You're doing the exact opposite. Let's see. We're going to get some rejection or we're going to make some new highs. Do not be afraid to take profits right here, guys. That is a nice little move. How was that? 0.5%. So TQQQ. You know, buying at 52.80s if you were a perfect trader. And selling at 53.50. That was about 69 cents per share. 1.3%. So I mean, even on 100 shares, you're making about 70 bucks. And here we go, strong rejection. See if it continues to get rejected. NVIDIA getting rejected at this level. And wish I would have participated in this one just a little bit here. But that is okay. There's always the rest of the day. Remember, you do not have to take a trade the first 30 minutes of the market, right? The market's still trying to figure out what direction it wants to take. And so by 8 o'clock, we're going to get a better sense of what the direction is. Now, Friday was super choppy, and it may just be choppy again today. And not only do we have to not take a trade the first 30 minutes, we don't even have to take a trade today. It's Monday. We have all week to find great setups. But right now, the overall market is extremely choppy. Open still selling off. Lunar, a lot of choppiness on Lunar, or LUNR. Sound, you know, not a big spread here. 30 cents isn't much. Still below that moving average. SoFi would have been decent. getting that confirmation at 28.97, so about 29 to make about 50 cents per share. Intel, look how choppy Intel was. You think it's bullish, so you buy into it. It sells off. You think it's bearish, and it's continuing to be bearish actually, but a lot of choppiness there as well. PayPal could have been nice. Nice little 70 cents per share profit. And then look at Hood. It's bearish and then a full recovery back above the moving average, but struggling to go higher at the moment on Hood. AMD could have been decent here. Crossover the moving average at 213. Sell at 216, $3 per share. Maybe buy back in at 214-ish, or add to your position at 215, selling at 219. So that would have been a nice play there. $5, $6 per share on AMD. 100 shares, $500 or $600. Amazon with the stair step up above this 45 EMA. Again, the blue line crossing over the green line is always a great indication of bullish sentiment. And so that is looking very nicely, validating support, higher highs and higher lows after every pullback for Amazon. And look at Apple. It's bullish. It's bearish. It might be bullish again, but getting rejected, so it could be bearish again. So very choppy day to day. Not, I'm glad I did not participate in these moves. We're simply watching, and sometimes that's okay. Google getting ready for a 3-stage reversal here. Had the strong rejection period. Had a lot of consolidation, and now trying to get that confirmation up to the upside. Potentially $4 or so to be made here. $2, $3, $4 per share on Google. Tesla also finding some support on that moving average as it is crossing over. But again, Tesla is very volatile. I do not recommend trading Tesla for beginners. But again, very beautiful, right? Pushing from 424 up to 431. $6, $7 per share on that. So very nice. And could potentially go right back up for another rebound to those highs. Looks like QQQ did push up. Microsoft, Meta, everything's pushing up with it. And look at that, it hits our alert at 615. So we're going to raise this up to 615. Yeah, let's go 616. And we're going to raise our low here. And we'll keep it around 613. But looks like NASDAQ is recovering, which means we are now back to green. Not quite green on the day, or as high as Friday's high, but we'll take it. See if it gets rejected or if it makes those highs. Coming up on resistance, that gap down. Resistance at 615.70-ish. Looks like it is going to push up. There we go. Does it hit 616? See, does it get rejected or does it push up? And there we go. NASDAQ market is back to those previous resistance. It did break that resistant level, and we can continue to see some more buying pressure here for a nice rally back up to 619. We'll see if we can get back up to 619. Looks like it's possible. So this is not validated, that line, anymore. What is validated though is that support level, and we called this support level out on the Sunday Stock Talk. We said this could be a strong support, and it looks like it is. Strong support, nice big green candle on the 1 hour and the 30-minute. We'll see if it can hold. We're going to set our alert back up to 615. If it drops 615, we can see, of course, more selling pressure. And if it can go as high as 619, then we can make some new highs on at least a week. But very nice. From lows of 580 to highs of 619. All within about 7 days. A $38 or 6.5% recovery for the overall NASDAQ market. There we go, getting rejected. And we are coming up, well, we just passed 30 minutes. So that is where we're going to end the live stream here today, guys. I appreciate your time. Remember, let's end the year on a green note by being consistent, showing up daily, only taking good setups, and not getting stuck holding the bag if a trade goes against you. Know when to take profits, know when to cut your losses, and overall you'll be a more successful trader. So thank you for your time. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. It is December 1st. Get out there and make something happen. We have 1 month left for the year of 2025 because that's it. This is the last month of the year. November is over, and now it's time to finish out the year strong. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, comments, and concerns in the Discord. That's where you can reach out to me. That is, obviously where we all congregate and hang out. And I'll give you my trade ideas. If I do end up taking a trade today, I will let you know there. All right, guys. You guys have a great day.